Hello everybody and welcome back. We are live. We're at MACH 2024, but I don't know where we are because we're not on this planet, are we, Paul?
It's a technical odyssey. We're on the Mills CNC stand. We're about to take you on a tour of it, but before we do that,
out of this world,
we're here at MACH all week live streaming. If you've got any questions or any shout outs you want over the course of the next 20 minutes or so relating to, of course, the DN Solution machines and the Zayer machine that they have here on the stand, then please put them in the comments section wherever you're watching this, and we'll do our best to answer them. If we don't, we will.
We will do it.
We will do.
Paul's got
good show
phone.
so far.
Oh yeah, it's a brilliant show so far. But just quickly, Paul's got his phone, so all those comments come through, and we'll give you shout outs as well. Yes, a great show so far. I've been next door, and I feel like I've just walked across the aisle, and I've gone to literally another planet.
It is.
This is brilliant.
It is.
Can I just say my excitement? This stand, for me, is something there 2 years ago, you're wowed by it, and then you kind of want to know what they're going to do again.
Well, they had a Broadway theme 2 years ago, but yeah, you can do that, I can't. But this year it's a technical odyssey. Everything is related to space. There's the lunar pathway, the Milky Way, and we're going to take you on a tour around these. There's actually 16 machines here on show on this stand. There's 8 on the milling side, I believe, and 8 on the turning side. There's a couple of automation solutions.
Well, actually, saying that, their main kind of branding for this as well is innovation and automation.
Correct, yeah. And what a place to start. Yeah. I mean, here they're demonstrating. I think the thing we see these days with automation is there's often a machine or a part being picked up by a robot and put in a machine. And here they're demonstrating this with a draw type system. But you can see larger parts as well as smaller cylindrical components on here. But it's not just the loading of the part. What's really clever with this here is you can see they can change the grippers on the robot. It doesn't matter whether the part is a more significant diameter or much bigger in size. You can still run unmanned on lots of different parts.
That's what they're trying to achieve for as long as possible with versatility, because before automation, and I mean we've said it many a time before, it's about volume, but actually doing complexity of components.
Exactly, and this is I mean, here you've got another a loading system here, which is clearly different to the draw system. So you've got 2 methods of picking and placing parts. When you're changing jaws on machines, often that obviously used to need a man to be involved or a woman to be involved to be able to do that, which would break the machine down. It means you're not unmanned running really, because you're having to intervene with a person. But now you don't need to do that, and this is part of it's their synergy solution. This is all Mills CNC. You know, if you're buying as you see on the floor here, the Puma 3100 SY Synergy iCell, everything is developed, created, crafted, installed, supported, all by Mills CNC.
That is important, because I know if you're the same as me, but if you are buying something, you don't want to go to
too many people if you've got a question or something you need to speak about.
Yeah, then, and it's not just the automation. I'm talking about the whole process.
The whole process. Training support, which of course on this tour, Lindsay, you'll be talking to Karen about the CNC Training Academy as well.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Excited to see the DBF 5000 5-axis machine here. Now, you're a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Surface finish on that. You need a 5-axis machine to make one of those. Like a condition solution with it, a pallet system.
It's a small footprint.
Small footprint, but you've got a 5-axis machine that you can run lights out, run unmanned, and of course, with a solution like this, you can even put up the fixture to have like a cube on there, so you can get to lots of different parts on one pallet. So you can really, I suppose, you can increase the volume of the components that you need thanks to solutions like this.
This is variety again, variety with automation.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the same as what we're talking about on turning.
Yeah, and that's a 5-axis machine. But then if you look here to the left, this is where you see what you'd class as their standard vertical machining centres. Shortly I'll be talking to Tony Dale, the CEO from Mills CNC. But what was interesting in the preparation for this interview was him saying how they bring a massive variety of machine tools, because everybody has a different requirement. Like this would appeal to all machine shops.
I feel like the shaping of this machine is quite different. It's quite a large table, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got a large working envelope in here. But again, this is just one of many models.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so next up.
Again, just a further extension of showing what their 3-axis machine capability is. We have a DVF 5000 5-axis machine, but I think this is one of the showpieces, Lindsay, of the event here for Mills CNC.
Well, where are we? Because we're not on that planet down there, are we? Have a look inside here. This is it. Would you say these machines really kind of specialise? Such a high variety. What are they known for in industry?
Well, the DVF, I mean, I think the great thing about Mills CNC is they're servicing all ends of the market. It doesn't matter whether the market sectors, the aerospace, the automotive, the medical, general commercial work. You know, they will look to participate in all of those markets. Something like this DVF 4000 was introduced because it's a slightly smaller 5-axis machine. They had the DVF 5000 before, which was popular.
So they've gone smaller.
But with a 4000, this now will service possibly an area of the market which they weren't able to do so much before. You've got a high-speed spindle, you've got a 60 station. A lot of features on this machine that come as standard that make it very appealing and attractive to all markets. But you need to get yourself here to MACH if you want to see it in the
it's
flesh.
an impressive stand. It really is. And the fact that they've got so much on the stand to see as well. Where are we going? Are we starting here or are we going down?
Well, let's have a look at the DNT. Now, this range of machines was introduced in 2023 and it replaced the GT range. But again, I think when we look at the vertical machining centre side of their business, this perfectly complements it. So, you know, turning sensors, whether you want a 2-axis or a 3-axis with mill drill, whether you need sub-spindles.
Box sideways?
And these are box machines as well, so they're rugged, they're heavy duty, you know, for those more demanding applications. This will be, I guess, probably one of their biggest sellers. I think the DNT machines.
So it's almost like the bread and butter.
Absolutely.
It's your bread and butter, and then the fact that this is a company and a brand can then have your bread and butter, but then service so much more.
And we, as we move along this tour, here we've got another DNT here. This is a 2600.
Everyone runs away when we're talking from the cameras, so it's a really busy stand.
I have to say this stand has actually been very popular this morning. We're still on the first day here at MACH. But yeah, this is another DNT 2600. So they really are showing, I suppose, the different sizes of the machines. But if we move this way, and I hate to rush you around this tour because there is so much to see. This is a vertical lathe.
I've never, oh my goodness. You do not see machines like this. This is exciting.
This is a vertical lathe. This is a 24-inch chuck. Now, of course, the benefits of having a vertical lathe like this means that, you know, when you're machining parts like this, you know, getting swarf around or making sure you don't have issues with swarf control and all the rest of it, as everything falls away. What's interesting about this particular model is there's a tool changer outside of the working area here, which means that you can actually have more tools on this machine where you can load tools if you're obviously not in cycle but in between operations. So if you had a longer U-drill, for example, that you didn't want to have in here during a standard machining operation, then you could have it housed outside of the working area, bring it in to do the operation, and then put it back outside the other side.
Paul, who goes for a machine like this?
They're very popular in the automotive sector.
Okay.
Potentially heavier parts. I mean, if you've got heavier parts and you've got a horizontal machine, when you're loading it in the chuck, it can, you know, gravity wants to make it fall out, although clearly it doesn't. But here, the part is firmly seated on the chuck. Also, it's quite a small footprint as well. All your sort of the size of the machine is mainly up rather than out and wide. It's taller than wider, a bit like me. Now,
but that's what shocked me is you don't see machines like this. This whole setup and that height is really impressive and unique.
Absolutely.
Okay. You're going to come back to this in a few minutes.
Yes, we'll be talking to Tony Dale shortly. But this is the Zayer machine. Multi-process, multitasking. We'll ask Tony Dale a little bit more about the introduction of this, but it was about 2 years ago that they first introduced.
This is the first year that they've had Zayer at MACH on the stand, isn't it? Because it was not long after MACH when then
And it really plugs a gap for them. I mean, you've seen all the machines from DN Solutions, but this was an area where there wasn't a machine that is the same as this. So, you know, I think Mills CNC was a great fit for Zayer. And then Zayer's a great fit for Mills CNC.
Works both ways.
It does. I mean, this machine itself, you've got a 1.5 metre table here. Clearly, the head on here is positioned at an angle there, so you can You can tackle, it purely is multi-purpose, multi-function. These machines are capable of turning, multi-axis machining. Very, very impressive, and here to see at the MACH show.
Just to give you a little breather, if you're watching, send us in your messages or questions, let us know. And because it's live, we can get back to you, any shout-outs or anything like that. What do you want to see? Are you coming to MACH? Are you going to come onto this stand? What's your favourite machine? Send them in.
About this one. Now, I looked at this before. In fact, I'm going to give you one of these. Take a roll of that. T machine. Now, this is a twin turret, twin spindle, double Y-axis machine. There's not a lot you can't do. Ideal for production runs. Ideal for making parts like this. You've got lots of features. You need to get to lots of different faces, lots of operations, and you need to do it all in one hit to maintain tolerances and make parts in one hit. This is what the TT 2100 SSY YB can do.
Such a huge variety of machines.
If I wasn't so fit, I'd be breathless, I think. SMS, the SMX here, true multitasking.
So my question to you is, okay, we know about, say, a mill and a horizontal and a lathe. What's multitasking then, for anyone who doesn't know?
So multitasking is really being able to perform a lot of tasks simultaneously, different tasks. For example, this machine can do 5-axis machining, it can turn, it can do standard milling. It really means you've got a machine that's capable of deep hole drilling, gear cutting, all of the things that you may need to complete a part, to produce a component. A multitasking machine will do. This will have a tool changer out the back. These milling spindles are really capable. You've seen vertical machining centres here, but there's not a lot that this milling spindle won't achieve that a VMC can. So people used to say, well, we've got a turning centre with a mill drill capacity, and it can drill a few holes and do some flats. This is very, very different, and that's really what multitasking is.
I almost see that as you've got a basic machine and you've got all loads of add-ons, but this is just... You've already got the add-ons.
It's another world.
Yeah, literally, we're on another planet.
We're on Warp Drive at the moment, and this is where we're going to look at now. This is the NHP 5000, so a horizontal machining centre. Often have 2 pallets, the pallet you load and the pallet that you're machining, but here they've got kind of a workstation on here, or multi-pallets on this machine.
So you can access this pallet, of course, and then you've got the other pallets.
Load up your tombstones, multiple parts, varieties of work holding. Horizontal machines around Europe, they're installed everywhere. And here, clearly, again, Mill CNC demonstrating the fact that horizontal, vertical, turning, multitasking, it's all here.
You're going to be speaking to Tony shortly,
yes,
are you?
Yes,
Is he around?
We're going to go and locate him. We're going to speak to Tony Dale, the CEO from Mill CNC.
And after this, by the way, I'm going to be talking to Karen about their training academy. It's something really interesting. So maybe, actually, you've got to wait for it.
Well, of course, if you buy a machine, you're going to need training, of course, and all the support that comes with it. So we'll grab Tony. If you want to pass the microphone to Tony.
Sorry, Tony, but we've got to interrupt you. I'll take that off you.
Thank you.
Tony Dow is the CEO of Mill CNC. Tony, the microphone's on. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yes, good to see you.
Thanks for participating in this live stream. Got to say, what a fantastic stand you have here. Now, I briefly said a little bit about the technical odyssey, but give us, from your perspective, why you've done what you've done here, and what is the messaging?
Well, yeah, 100%. Obviously, this is a technical odyssey, but I think it's more important, really. It was about the link to the space sector. The space sector in the UK is worth about 16.5 billion, and it's forecast to grow by over 40% in the next 5 years. And I think coupled with government have recently signed off the first vertical launch site within the UK up in Shetland Islands. I think it's a key theme at the moment. So it kind of, with space technology, it kind of worked with what we was trying to portray, really.
We're still early on a Monday here. You're one of our first live streams, Tony. But you've had quite a good footfall so far. What do you think the real attractions are? I know we did do a little tour, but from your perspective, what are the key highlights for Mills when it comes to the machine tools on show?
I think possibly we have something for everybody. So we've got the high technology stuff, we've got large machinery, but we've also got smaller machine tools, more commodity machine tools as well, for maybe a sort of smaller subbies. So I think really the range covers something for everybody, includes automation as well. So it's about really putting something on show that is going to get interest from everybody.
What's your expectation for the week?
Oh, that's a good question. I think good footfall, I think, is key. I'd love to turn around and say, well, success means 30 machine tool orders by the end of the week, but that's not really realistic. What this week is about is us getting inquiries in that we can then work on for the remainder of the year and hopefully bring some business in, project work as well as just machine tool sales. So I think what's important for this show is UK manufacturing. This is the only international machine tool show we have in the UK, so it's great having more regional shows, open houses, but this is the key driver that is going to keep UK manufacturing focused.
And part of that will be automation. I pick out on your Synergy cell down
Correct.
there. Quite impressive,
Yep.
the capability of that. Is that something that you're clearly looking for people to embrace?
I think they are. People know they've got to step into automation. They've got to take that leap. And, just running machines for 8 hours a day with someone standing in front of them doesn't work anymore. It doesn't give you the payback you require. So being able to sweat the asset, run it around the clock, and but have a conversational, user-friendly system to help you do that as well. Because a lot of the problems with automation, people are afraid of stepping into that. But it's the software and it's the ease of use to be able to get that lights out machining, really.
And the Zayer machine, DN Solutions, everybody knows them. Everybody knows Zayer, really. But you bought this here for the first time at MACH. There's a good partnership forming between you two.
Yes, obviously, the Zayer is something that is we can't offer from DN Solutions, and it fits the portfolio of products that we have. And that is a full multitasking machine tool. It's a 2-meter diameter multitasking machine tool, and getting large parts off in one is key again to that. Sort of being flexible and getting a part off economically.
Good stuff. Well, it looks like it's time for your sandwiches. So I'm going to take the microphone off you, Tony. Thank you very much for your time. We're going to go and speak with Karen now. I've got a couple of questions, 4 other questions, just questions and comments that I will bring onto the stream. Tony, we'll catch up with you later. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're going to take a walk through what would be the hospitality part of the stand. I'll just squeeze past you guys. Going to hand the microphone over to Lindsay, who's going to speak with Karen. Before we do that, I've just got a couple of comments or pieces on the messages on the phone, which I will come back to once you've spoken to Karen.
That then.
Technology, eh?
Keep those messages coming in. So this is Karen. Karen, thank you for doing this interview.
No problem.
It's really interesting because what you're doing here is you're addressing what is happening in industry with skills shortages. So Karen, tell everyone.
That's right. We train anybody, so you don't have to buy a mills machine. Anybody who wants to have a change of career, if they want to get into the industry, we will train them from having no experience on our beginners courses right up to multi-axis machining centres programming.
Wow. Okay, so it's all programming of is that the training?
No, we do some operating, so we do beginners operator setting courses. So anybody who wants to enter the industry at a base level can come and visit us for 2 days. We'll teach them how to set and operate, and then they can go to an employer, say I've been on a course, and hopefully that will help them, to...
This is incredible. So if someone's, say, an apprentice or anything like that, or have no idea whatsoever of industry, they can come to you.
That's right.
And you're going to train them up.
Yes.
And then they can operate a machine anywhere in the world.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And what? Because of course you've got Heidenhain there, but
yes.
What is it? What other brands are you working with?
Okay, so we teach Fanuc, Heidenhain and Siemens. We've just become the first training partner for Heidenhain in the UK. So instead of going to Germany to do your Heidenhain training, you can come to us and we'll follow the same syllabus. You get a Heidenhain certificate as well as a mill certificate.
And where was this idea born from?
Of the training.
The training,
Okay, so the Heidenhain partnership, they approached us because they have no training partnership in the UK. They do across in Europe, but we're the only ones in the UK, so they approached us to do it. We had to go and be trained, we had to take exams, we had to get to a certain level before they award us the certificate, which we did back in March.
Wow.
And so it's fairly new.
So is it literally, though, born from a skills shortage? Where did the idea come from?
Exactly.
So this is for anybody
This is
watching.
yes. So
And
anybody.
sorry, forgive me, if you're an engineer of a certain level, the fact that you can train higher as well is so important.
That's right, because there is a massive gap in the skills market where you've got older people like myself and my trainers who have come through an apprenticeship route, but then there was no more apprenticeships. And so you've got this massive gap in the marketplace where there's no skilled people.
Yeah.
And so they're just picking up on that. So again, apprentices are starting again. And so we have these middle people of a certain age range that we need to train up and get back into manufacturing.
Absolutely brilliant. So if you're watching, come and visit Karen on the Mill CNC stand.
That's right.
You will find it. It is at MACH. I know we're out of this world, but it is at MACH at the NEC in the Midlands. So come and find Karen, talk to Karen. And it's not just for yourselves, it's all staff members, but anyone. It does, like you said, doesn't have to be that they own a Mills machine.
No, any machine with a Heidenheim FANUC or Siemens control on it.
Brilliant. Thank you,
Okay,
Karen.
no problem.
Thank you. I'll take that off you. There you go. Hopefully you'll have lots of visitors this week. So.
Well done, Karen.
Right then. So
Interesting insight there from Karen as to the fact there's training in addition to what we're talking about in machine tool sales. Always good to know. Always a necessity as well.
How cool is this stand?
It is amazing.
so
750 square metres. We got a few shout outs. Philip on YouTube, thank you for affording us the opportunity to be at your show by showing us on camera. From Dave J, brilliant live stream, guys. Keep up the good work. Pedo PST, really looking forward to watching the rest of the live streams this week. So plenty of things. Get your shout outs coming in whatever channel you're watching this on, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. There's 200,000 people we're streaming to. So keep watching throughout the rest of the day.
Make sure you come to this stand. It's fantastic. And I think as a brand, this company have so much to offer. So why would you miss it? Like, you just wouldn't, would you?
It's a perfect location here. When you come into MACH, you're not going to miss this stand. It is the biggest stand here at the event. As I said, 750 square metres. So you get yourself here onto Mill CNC stand. I've got to say, all the people that are messaging on Instagram, we will get to you throughout the day and make mentions to you.
Okay, my final words are, live long and prosper. Take a look at this, and we'll see you on the next live stream.
Time for a sandwich, I think.